Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori and today we are working in my October daily album for 2024 on story number 10. Today I'm going to be documenting Halloween decorations. I have this really fun photo of some of the LED solar lights that we put in the front yard this year. And I am going to be using some die cuts from Close to My Heart and this stamp set from Everyday Explorers. I have a few pieces of scrap paper pulled out, my story number stickers, and a couple of smaller photos that I'm going to be using on top of this Allie Edwards paper in order to showcase some of the decorations that I also have up inside my house. I don't have tons of photos of all of the decorations that we put up all over the house, but my dining room is generally my favorite place to decorate. So I figured that I would showcase the new lights that we got and the dining room. So I'm going to take these two scrap pieces of paper and use the little banner dies in this decorative dies set from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to cut out two little banners of different sizes. For one of them is going to hold the title, which is just going to be one of the stamps from that Everyday Explorers stamp set. And the other one is going to hold like a sentence's worth of journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and get those cut out and then kind of start moving along to getting everything placed down. This is because I'm using a full page photo. This story will come together very quickly. My biggest hang up when I was documenting this particular story was adding embellishments at the end, and I still didn't even add very many of those. I just stared at things for a long period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and play just a little bit of music while I'm getting these cut out, and I will come back and talk a little bit more once we start getting things adhered together. So I've got everything cut out now, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of place some things out. I will end up trimming these banners down just a little bit more once I get my photos down on my paper, just so I can make sure that everything fits the way that I would like it to. I did add white borders to both of my smaller photos when I was trimming them out. So I've got that to kind of help pop these photos off this very busy background paper as well. And because this paper is so busy, that is one of the main reasons that I won't be adding too much extra embellishing to this spread, because like I said, I've got that huge full page photo, and I've also got this very busy background photo or background paper that I'm going to be adding two additional quite busy photos on top of. So I figured that less is going to be more in this situation or this like layout, and that's ultimately what I ended up doing. When I'm putting my adhesive on the back of these photos, I'm leaving the very right hand side of each photo untaped so I can use my photos and tuck them underneath each other easily without having to worry about pulling any adhesive up. So you can see me doing that right here. Like I didn't put any adhesive on the right side, or I guess technically the left side looking at it from the photo side. I didn't put any adhesive on the left side, so I can just tuck this other photo in very nicely. This photo that I'm placing down right now, I took specifically so that I could get the paintings that are on the wall in them, because I actually did all three of those paintings, and I thought it would look really nice to have that documented in my album as a photo of the decorations that we put up this year. And here I am just trimming out some of these banners, trimming down some of these banners so that I can get them tucked behind the photo. I will go ahead and just kind of place them. I won't adhere anything down just yet until I'm sure that I like the way that it is looking. I will add a little bit of adhesive to this craft dot grid paper and attempt to stick it down to that first banner, but then I realized that I definitely put adhesive on the wrong side of this paper. So I have to kind of pull that back off, and this right here is where I'm realizing that it's definitely on the wrong side. So I'm going to grab one of my like adhesive erasers and just take that adhesive off and flip it over and glue it down correctly. And what I was trying to do here was just make sure that these two banners were adhered together in the way that I wanted them to be, so that I could easily tuck them behind my photos without worrying about moving things around and having it be stuck down in a way that I didn't want it to be stuck down originally. So I will reapply some adhesive and actually place that down correctly. And spoiler alert, I actually do end up pulling this back up in a little bit here and placing the adhesive or the banner further down so that it's hanging off of the edge, not inside the edge of the kind of a lighter graph paper that I'm putting it on. You'll see what I mean in a few minutes when we get to that part of the video. Before I adhere all of my little banners down, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the intense black ink that I have from Simon Says Stamp and this Everyday Explorers stamp set, and I'm going to pull off the stamp that says Halloween decorations, and I believe it has a little spider web to the left of the actual little title. It's very small, but it fit my spread perfectly because I am documenting my Halloween decorations. So I figured I would go ahead and just use that as my title, and I am going to place that on the craft paper, and then I will pull out my Tombow Fudonosuke brush pen and use that to do my journaling. Here is where I am kind of looking at it and thinking maybe I should move that craft paper around a little bit. And that's exactly what I will do. I think I ended up deciding to move that around because when I tucked this underneath my photo, it actually ended up covering some of the stamp that I did, and I didn't want that. So that's what ultimately prompted my decision to move these around, but I actually ended up liking this a lot better anyways, so I thought it worked out quite perfectly. I'm going to take my story number sticker and place it at the very bottom left-hand corner of my full page photo. And I thought that this was good for kind of balancing my spread out here because I've got all of my photos and embellishments at the top right-hand corner of that right-hand page. And then I figured on the left-hand page, I would put everything on the very bottom left-hand corner. So I have decided that I fully like the way that tag is looking, or the banner is looking. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down, and then I will grab that pen and go ahead and get my journaling done. And really all I wrote was loving the Halloween decorations for 2024 or something very similar to that. Let's see. Loving all of the spooky decor for 2024, I think is what I actually wrote. And I just realized saying that out loud that it rhymes. So that's fun. But yes, one thing that I also added to this journaling and title portion is I drew a line above the Halloween decorations and below the journaling, just a very messy, squiggly line to kind of fill up those two empty spaces that's right above and below my journaling. The very last thing that I will be doing on this particular spread is adding some additional embellishments, and I'm moving a lot of things around, pulling quite a few things out, moving them around the spread, and ultimately decide against almost all of them with the exception of this little boo die cut and a very tiny little banner that I'm going to put right next to my story number because it matches the banners that I have hanging off of my photos, or at least the shape. I really wish that I had added this little kitty pumpkin because it's so cute. But I was trying to avoid the spread becoming too overwhelmingly busy, so I just kind of put those back, and I'm going to add the banner and this little die cut that says boo, and then that's going to be it. That'll be the last thing that I add to this spread, and then we are done. I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you have decorated for Halloween or spooky season this year, or if you don't decorate for Halloween, do you decorate for fall? I know sometimes a lot of people don't like decorating, but I really do enjoy decorating for Halloween. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!